to reveal our faces. Is everybody ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, on 3. Turn on your cameras. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, wizards, to the Indie Game Academy.
Hello.
Wow. Amazing. Today, Greg earnestly asked me to not start a cult. So this is not a cult. This is just friends who all own the same clothing. That's all it is. Amazing. All
this
right.
is how wizards are in England. We all wear armor.
Yes. Can we see? Can we get a little reveal of your armor here? This dude's rocking a full game.
I brought my sword.
Good.
Honestly, it's very hot.
Amazing. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started and get Tim out of those clothes. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me back up on that
one. Roll it back. What?
Roll it back. All right, we are.
What did I sign up for?
We are live. Can everybody see our stream? So, welcome everybody to the Indie Game Academy. Can everybody see my beautiful presentation? I really wish my green screen was a little bit more effective, but it's fine. If you don't already know, I figure you probably do, the Indie Game Academy is a gamified online school for game developers. We turn students into game devs and game devs into indie studio founders. And we're on a perpetual quest to empower the game creative to pave their own path. Actually, some team members, can I request you at least take a couple screenshots of the Discord as we go? How about that?
1,000%.
How about that?
1,000%.
Sick. All right. IGA seasons. So y'all already know the point of the event, probably. We're here to reveal the second season of IGA. But in case anybody doesn't know, what the heck is a season? Aren't we an educational institution and not some kind of free-to-play video game? Yes, well said, wizard. Each year, IGA runs 2 semesters of 6 months long each, our spring semester and our winter semester. The House Cup lasts as long as the semester, so there are 2 House Cups a year. The House Cup ends every semester, at the end of the semester at the Level 3 Pitch Night, where 100 points are awarded as the final points of the semester for the house that wins the pitch. To keep things fresh, each semester is split into 2 seasons, 3 months long each. You can imagine seasons much like some of our favorite video games. Deep Rock Galactic introduced seasons relatively early in their development cycle, and they introduce all kinds of new fun content and goodies every time they do a new season. You gotta love it. I love me some Deep Rock Galactic. Now, our seasons at IGA focus on a specific topic that we believe will be valuable to all of you in the community. We use this to prioritize community lectures, scheduled classes, hosted events, and more. So let's spend a second to bid adieu to last season. Our very first season of IGA, where we introduced this concept altogether, was Portfolio Madness. Wow. Where we spent a 3-month period talking about portfolios. We had a bunch of really awesome stuff happen during that very first 3-month period, including 400 plus, we couldn't actually figure out the exact number, but it's something like that, attendees to portfolio-related events. We had 35, which is like crazy. That's over 10 a month. Free events hosted by IGA or IGA community members, and we had 70 plus portfolios made by community members. Well done. Well done to everyone. Amazing. Very proud. Now, we also introduced the concept of professors who last the entire semester instead of just being involved with Level 3. So these are still our professors for the rest of this semester, meaning for 3 more months, we still have Nikki Silver of Telltale Games, myself from Paradox Tectonic, Victor Blanc from Mojang, Athena Peters from Rainbow Unicorn Games, Tony Sharma, who just had a baby, congratulations, Tony, from Wizards of the Coast, Karina Diaz from Mighty Yell, and Justin Williams, who just had a freaking awesome event for us a couple of weeks ago from Blizzard Entertainment. Now, I would like, for just a moment, to give the proper respect to Season 1, the inaugural season of IGA. Let us all salute Portfolio Madness and thank it for the time it's given us. We'll miss you. We love you. We've never had somebody like you. All right, anyway, let's move on to the second season. It's time, baby. All right, now announcing the second season of IGA. Is everybody ready? Can we have some drum rolls in the comments? Can we get some hype from some people? I really wish I stopped disappearing into my background. It's fine. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes. Now announcing that Hamna is offering one-on-one lectures, life coaching sessions with every single member of our Discord. You can schedule time with her via... I'm sorry, no, that's a joke. I'm just kidding. She's not going to do that. Don't hold us accountable to that. All right, actually, for real this time, the second season of IGA. Drum roll, please. Here we are. It's time. I have a cat now, which means I'm fully leveled up. Wait for it. Here it comes. Season 2 of IGA is Network Nexus. Woo! Welcome, everybody, to Season 2. Wow. By the way, all of our art is amazingly made by Chase Middleton down in the comments below. He's amazing. If you ever need pixel art, hire him. All right, anyway, let's talk about Season 2. So, we've seen a bunch of really crazy statistics here in the game industry for the past couple of months. You have a less than 1% chance of getting hired with a cold application. Bummer, dude. Also, 80% of game industry jobs are now filled by referral. So basically, how you break into games now is you make friends, you buddy up with somebody who like already has a job, and then you get a job. And that's how it works. So Season 2 is all about networking. We're here to talk about getting you the networking skills you need to get you into the game industry on to your next step. Now, I would like to hand over the mic for a moment to our wonderful head of House Rogue and our chief wizard of marketing, Ulysses Rubino. Ulysses, please tell me when to move on to the next slide.
Hello.
Wrong
All right.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah.
Next slide? Or...
Yeah.
All right.
Please. All right, everyone. So we know it's a real struggle to market your games, your demos, even some of the cool projects you all are working on. So we thought, like, what can we do to solve that? What can we do to help? Next slide. And luckily for us, especially during this past year, after a lot of sweat, tears, and freaking ton of downloadable templates we've done, we've amassed a nice amount of social media followers. You have almost 4K on LinkedIn. We are on 450 on YouTube. Pretty nice. Next slide. So we want to help you and your work get the attention they all deserve, because we know you've done a lot of them. They need more attention. They're getting. They all. So now we want to present you the Indie Dev Share form. It's a public form that we've created for you to be able to share any game, any project, any demo that you're working that you want to get out there to the world. And we'll share it in our own social media with any message that you want to share, any social media accounts that you want to share. We'll give you some help with that. Obviously, we'll copy the link in a moment, right in the copy.
Can I do this easily? Here you go. Here's the form. Fill it out. We also, if I'm not mistaken, Ulysses, we also will share individuals, their profiles and their portfolios. Is that right?
Yeah, obviously. We want to share anything that you want to share to the world. Anything that it might be, as long as it's related to games.
Yes. Or arguably related to games. Maybe you're like showing a cool knitting video because you're gonna make a knitting game or something. I don't know.
If your argument is strong enough, we might consider it.
Yes.
Right. So this is one of the examples of some indie work that we've shared in the past. So this could be you.
Yes, indeed.
All right, next slide. And now a teaser.
Yes.
Because obviously it is the Rogue. Who else? like this community has become one of the biggest online gathering places for game devs. And what was it again? What do game devs do besides making freaking ton of spreadsheets?
Mike would like to propose that they cry.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of things in common, but just focus on the positive stuff.
Christy says, we make games!
That's right. And because of that, what if we gather all the talent that we have into making something that will serve as a collective portfolio? Something that will help you get jobs, something that will be proud to share with the world, and in a way that doesn't restrict people to commit into a certain schedule. Because, we have people from basically every single time zone in the world. And for that, why don't we just make a game?
Wow.
When will we do it?
TM.
Soon. So if I'm not mistaken here, we could do for VR maybe. This is actually inspired by Nathan Kelman, who we had on our podcast just 2 episodes ago. And Nathan started. I was literally talking about it today. What's the name of the studio? Somebody remind me the name of the studio. Nathan started a studio while he was in school as just a practice project, and now 50 different people are all working on that game on a volunteer basis. So what we're thinking is the entire community can actually build a game together. We're going to grab a couple of people who help manage the game and schedule different pieces of work to get done. And they will actually put forth things in the Discord that says like, hey, we need somebody to come design a level for us. You'll be able to volunteer your time to contribute to a game so that everybody gets a free portfolio piece over time.
Yeah, and like Melee Flowers, the comics, imagine a game with 40 different art styles and writing styles. Like, yeah, that's exactly what we're looking.
We're going to need some brainstorming sessions about how you make a video game that has literally 40 different art styles. That's going to be interesting. All right, Jess section. I thought you would change the name of this.
Nope.
Jess time. Thank you, Ulysses, for your time. All right, Jess section, begin.
Hi, everybody. This is some of the upcoming events that we're working on. I'm really excited for what we're going to be bringing to you over the next couple of months. The first, we're going to be bringing back the Network Tips event with Raul. It's going to be coming this coming January, so stay tuned for me to reveal that event. It's just going to be focused on people who may not feel like they're as socially confident in a networking situation. He's going to give some tips and tricks and coach guys to make you feel more confident in those scenarios, because we all know that, especially in this age and over the internet, it can be really difficult to feel confident networking. We just want to make sure that we give you guys the tools that you need to succeed in those situations. We're also going to have monthly networking meetups where we just hang out in the gather, network, hang out. It's super casual, get to know each other. Stay tuned for when those are going to be revealed. Did someone say game jam? Unrelated to the thing that was just announced. So I'm hoping to put together another game jam over the next couple months. It's going to be a true game jam with maybe some prizes.
Question mark.
Everyone loves prizes.
We're working on getting actual cash prizes from sponsors. No promises, but we're going to do our best.
Yep, what he said. So we're going to hope to put that game jam together sometime very soon to add something to your portfolio. We are going to be having a couple of special guest lectures. Those will be revealed when they are confirmed. And we're going to be having an abundance of community-led lectures. If you guys have an idea on a lecture that you feel confident that you want to present, I will post a link to the community forums. You'll also be seeing a lot of these pop up from the current cohort, level 3. They're constantly feeding me ideas for classes and game case studies that they're looking to present as well. So stay tuned for all of those. I believe the first one that's going to be coming up is on the 27th, and there's going to be one on the 26th as well that I'm working on getting up on Discord as well. Next slide. What else? So, so I'm working on finding a coffee bot. And what I mean by a coffee bot is it's meant to be a randomized meeting. So you sign up for this coffee bot and it'll pair you with somebody else in the community. And then you just take some time to get to know each other, build your network. If you know somebody that they may be good to connect to, definitely use them as a resource. We just want to get everybody, commingling, not just on Discord. It can be on Discord as well. We'll set something up for that. I haven't set up this bot yet. I'm still looking for something that's exactly what I'm looking for, so stay tuned for when I make that. We're also going to be continuing our monthly playtest nights. The next one's going to be on November 29th, hosted by Hamna. The live events channel has a place for you to sign up for that to either have your game play tested or to help in play testing. We're also looking to do some community game night, something really casual, not at all network related, just for everybody to hang out. And then I'm working on some co-working sessions with someone from the community to get that up as well. So a lot of things are going to be popping up on Discord. So you're going to be hearing a lot from me.
Amazing.
That's okay.
We'll get another 35 events in for this, this period.
Yeah.
That's 35 free events, by the way. There were some that were paid, too.
Free. All of them are free, yes.
Thank you, Jess. The next section I'm going to talk about is the House Cup. So, everybody knows the core game of the Indie Game Academy is trying to find out which of the 4 houses represented here by Dylan, Hamna, Jess, and Ulysses will win the House Cup every semester. As of right now, this is the House Cup history. Warriors have never won because Dylan has just done a terrible job. And Rangers and Rogues have both won twice. I'm sorry, Dylan. We love you. And Clerics have won exactly once. As of right now, the points stand like this. Rogues and Warriors are tied at 84, Rangers just barely behind at 80, and Clerics holding on to a narrow lead that they have had for literally 3 months. Would somebody please unseat them at 92 points?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind.
They shall be overtaken.
No, please don't.
All right. Now, first thing to announce is that because we're halfway through the semester, we're cranking up the points. So a couple of the core ways that you can earn points at the Indie Game Academy have increased. If you come to the Indie Game Lunch Hour podcast and you answer the question of the day, you will now get 3 House Cup points instead of the usual 1. If you run a community lecture, which Jess actually, if you would drop the link to submit community lectures in the chat, that'd be awesome. Community lectures are now worth 10 points instead of 5 if you teach the community something awesome. We want to reward you for it. And a case study, because I'm tired of not having any of these, is now worth 15 points. Will somebody do a case study already? All you gotta do is play a game and tell us why it's bad or good. I don't know. Needs to be a live class. A live class where at least 3 people attend and you tell us why the game is good or bad. You break down the game and learn more from it. There are now 2 additional ways that you can earn points. The first one is anybody who teaches a community lecture has the power. They're able to give 5 points to any attendees for any reason. Yes, you can abuse that system, I'm aware. Secondly, you can earn 3 points whenever you are featured on the Indie Dev Share. So, the resource that Ulysses just built us, if you are featured on that page, you will get 3 House Cup points to try to encourage you to get started and share as much as you like. We are also introducing an additional balance pass for the rest of the year. For anyone who didn't already know, there is one simple balance pass in place, which is that anytime houses earn points, if that house is in last place, they just automatically get 2x the points. That's called rubber banding for the game designers out there. For the rest of 2023, and only for the rest of 2023, so only for about a month and a half now, anytime the house in first place scores points, Clerics, you must award 1 point to another house of your choice. Interesting. Get a little strategic. So,
What?
Clerics, for the rest of the year, you're going to have to give out points. This doesn't mean you're losing points. You still gain the full amount, but you give 1 extra point to another house.
What if it's like I'm at 94 and someone's at 93?
Bummer, dude. All right, so scoring House Cup points.
In the case that everybody is the same and then I'm 1 above.
Yes. So these currently are the ways that you can earn points. You can answer designated questions at events to get anywhere between 1 and 5 points. You can get featured on the Indie Dev Share thanks to Ulysses for 3. That one is brand new. You can get a house. You can host a game night where 3 or more people show up from the community. You get 5 points for that. 10 points for hosting your own lecture, and 15 points for hosting a live case study where you talk about a game. Now, Pitch Night is coming. So if you remember, Pitch Night is for the level 3 students, and the winning team from level 3 earns 100 points. It is the final point allotment. It is the equivalent of our friggin' Tri-Wizard tournament or whatever. That's wrong. You know, Quidditch. All right, anyway. I don't know what I'm saying. And now, a word from your heads of house. In no particular order, I leave you up to fight. Heads of house, do you have anything to say to your houses during this critical time?
Sneak attack.
What?
I don't think it was negative. I don't know.
All right, maybe I need to manage this thing. Let's go left to right. Dylan, do you have anything you'd like to say to the Warriors?
Warriors, kick ass.
Well said. Round of applause for that. Very eloquent.
Also, thank you all. I want you all to focus on improving yourselves and becoming amazing people. That's what warriors do best. Have fun, create amazing games, and then the future shall favor the valiant.
Finger snaps for that, Dylan. Thank you. Hamna, would you like to say anything to the Rangers?
We will overcome this. We have won this twice. We will win this again. I have absolute faith in my Rangers. Oh, my Rangers, send me a clap or a high five in the chat. Come on, let's spam them.
Jessica, would you like to say anything to the clerics? All right, that was great, Jessica. Thank you. Ulysses, would you like to say anything? I'm just kidding. All right, fine. You can talk, Jess.
I just want to say that thank you to everybody who's a cleric. I'm so proud of you for all of the hard work you've done so far in our semester. And I just want to say that please continue to do as well you've been doing. Clerics have to win. My life is on the line.
Oh no, my hat.
I will leave. Clerics are in.
Amazing.
No, you guys are so spectacular, and really everybody is so great and perfect. May the best cleric win.
Well said, Jessica. Thank you. Ulysses, would you like to give any words of encouragement to the rogues?
Yeah, well, the rogue team, as always, is extremely talented. I have the utmost trust in them that they will continue to put out excellent work and that they will snatch the cup right at the last moment with backstab multiplier. So continue forwards, friends, in the shadows.
Thank you, Ulysses. Hopefully everybody's feeling like super pumped up now. Final lesson, or wait, not lesson, final words from the headmaster. You got it, yo. All right, let's keep going. Now, a couple of last notes before we give you a little special gift from somebody who hasn't really said anything yet. You might be wondering what's going on with that. Before then, we're going to talk about the website revamp. For anyone who may not know, our website really sucks. So we hired somebody to rebuild the thing. It's getting more and more beautiful by the day. So just a little showcase of how the new website is going to look. First of all, don't actually read the text. We haven't hired somebody to do that yet, and it's really bad. Don't read that part. Just look at how cool it looks. So this is what the new homepage is going to look like. And you'll notice that one of the big things we're changing about the site is featuring our student games. We want this to feel like almost a publisher website where your games are the most important part. So on the very homepage of the website, there will be this section called Play Our Graduates Games, where you can play games of different genres from all of you. Secondly, we want to feature our students. So there's also a students tab where anybody who has graduated level 2 or level 3 will be showcased, including Christopher Reeves. I bet you didn't know he's one of our graduates. Yes, so we are featuring your games as well as you, because we want you to get work and be awesome. And now, to get you started, introducing a random encounter. Bet you can't guess who it is.
Oh my god, who is it?
Who could it possibly be? Welcome to the stage, Tim Wood. Tim is a friend that we made literally yesterday, and it was such a great
Hello.
conversation.
Hello, I'm really enthusiastic.
We decided to invite him to this event. Tim is the founder of Right Finder, a master recruiter, a ranger of Athelion, and the last of the Dunedain. And Tim has a couple of thoughts to give you right now to help you network immediately out of this event. Tim, I turn the floor over to you.
Thank you very much for having me, everyone. And I love the costumes as well. If I'd got the memo we were in costume, I'd have found something to wear as well. As you know, I'm Tim. I'm founder and managing director of Right Finder Headhunting. We're an ethical headhunting agency. We reply to our candidates, and we only work with studios that want to uplift and look after their staff. They're all cool people that we would want to work with. If only we could game dev, and I can't let my staff find out about the courses you guys run, or I'd lose them all. I will be back for a full event this season. We're kicking up some really interesting stuff behind the scenes for you all to enjoy, digest, and learn from. But for Network Nexus, if I can say it right, a couple of key points that you can take away with you and use it for networking. It might not be your natural comfort zone. I am a rare individual who loves networking. I love talking to people, and it's actually how Willem and I met yesterday for the first time. And he was like, "What are you doing at midnight tomorrow?" And I was like, weirdly specific, nothing. First of all, don't be afraid to hide your interests, your passions, or indeed who you are when you're meeting new people. It can be super tempting to hide that, to mask who you are as an individual. I spent many years doing it myself, but one of the key things I found is being authentic is one of the most important things in cultivating a genuine connection. It can lead to some beautiful things like, talking to you lovely people. You're already doing my next point, engage in online communities that interest you. These Discord servers, LinkedIn, Reddit, YouTube, probably a load of other things that I'm not cool enough to know about. They're all out there. There's people literally teeming with brilliance like yourselves. And you could just get out, have some conversations, and have a look at what other people are doing too. If you are just engaging, commenting on posts, talking to people, even if it's just like, "Hey, that's really cool," or "Hi, I see what you're doing. Have you considered this?" You can start to forge those connections and sort of actually get to know people, even if it's only over the internet, quote unquote. Don't be too overly self-promoting, is another bit of advice. I'm in the business of sales, but I never sell that much, on my LinkedIn stuff or anything like that. People want to talk to other human beings at their core. So if you just go forward and be your lovely self, that's all you really need to do. Once you've made a few connections, you had a little bit of a chat, maybe just suggest a virtual coffee. You might find yourself talking to around 30 people at midnight. By just having those organic chats, even if you're not talking business, but you're just talking about games or what interests you or finding out more about them, they're starting to get to know who you are. In terms of your outreach and when you're messaging people, make it personal. If I use LinkedIn as an example, if you're dropping on someone's profile and sending a connect request, you could just go, "Hey, I'm adding you because you helped make one of my favorite games, and I'd love to sort of ask a few questions," something like that, just so people can see that you actually paid a little bit of attention and they can kind of get a sense of what your intentions are. After you've had a short conversation, maybe a back and forth, a virtual coffee where you've decided to jump on a big call, follow up, just send them a message like, "Hey, I loved our chat about XYZ. I've got some further thoughts on it, and you mentioned this thing. Here's a link to something you might find interesting." Just maintaining that social sphere can lead to more opportunities, deeper connections, and sometimes even introductions. And the final thing I'm going to leave you is a little bit of homework. If you can try and reach out to 3 people over the next few weeks, try and schedule a virtual coffee, and all you need to do, just learn about them, learn about their work and their journey, share as much as you're comfortable with about yourself with them as well. What's your journey? Are there any synergies there? If you can find some common ground, help where you can, see if they can help you. You'll just gradually build those connections over time, but just go into it with the objective of having a nice conversation with a nice person. Don't be afraid to embrace your true self in those conversations. If you can just be curious, kind, generous, and authentic, you've absolutely got it. And if you're feeling really, really nervous, you can use me as practice. Send me an ad, send me a conversation, we can have a chat. And I'll hand the floor back.
Amazing, Tim. Thank you. I have dropped the
very
link
welcome.
to Right Finder down below. Absolutely. Tim has been a really cool guy. Obviously, some of what Tim just talked about, I think, helps everybody understand why we wanted to bring him in and start talking with him. So we definitely are going to be scheduling more events with Right Finder. We'd love to use Tim as a resource, as he says here, to help you understand how to network, how recruitment actually works, and how you can increase your chances of breaking into this wonderful industry.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Thank you, Tim. All right, let's wrap this thing up. There it is. All right. So, a couple of last things. Number one, our next level 1, level 2, and level 3 have now been scheduled. If you wish to apply for them, you now can. So, first of all, our next level 1 is happening December 9th to 10th. And I'll drop the link to the Eventbrite down below. Now, this is a very special level 1, and there's a very particular reason for that, which is, if you look at my screen for a moment, you'll find out why. So, Unity Game Engine says something about... Never mind! Get out of here, Unity! We don't want you anymore! Just kidding. We'll still have classes on Unity. It's still a very valuable game engine, and a lot of people still use it. It's still, by far, the most used in the industry, so we're not going to stop teaching you Unity. But this next level 1 will be the first one where we aren't teaching you Unity. Instead, we're going to have you use Godot, and you'll be building Super Monkey Ball, which is like a freaking awesome game, off on December 9th and 10th. So if you want an introduction to Godot and game development at large, and definitely building Super Monkey Ball, thanks to Dylan up here, definitely sign up and come join us on the 9th and 10th. After that, we have our Level 2 class. So Level 2 is a month-long introduction to the tech tools you need to build incredible video games. Our Level 2 Cohort 5 has been scheduled for January 15th. So if you're looking for an introduction, that'll give you everything you need to do solo game development, everything you need to continue working on games on your own time, consider joining us for Level 2. And finally, we've scheduled out our next Level 3. Level 3 is our most beloved program. It is a 4-month-long curriculum where you join a team, a multidisciplinary team of various talented people. You'll get an artist, an engineer, etc., etc., and you'll work together on an original game concept that you then publish to a store of your choice. If that sounds exciting to you, the next one is June 4th. Here is the application form. It is now live. There you go. All right. Before you go, because we're pretty much at the end here, Ulysses has prepared a little last gift for you. So we have this wonderful little form. Here it is, great. Let me copy the link. Here it is. This form is a simple homework assignment that incorporates one of the homework that Tim just gave us. We have 5 things that we want you to do to get started networking right now. You'll see that it's pretty self-explanatory. It tells you exactly what you gotta do. You have to define a clear goal for your networking, make an elevator pitch about yourself, update your LinkedIn profile, reach out to 10 new people. I've upgraded Tim's homework. Start conversations with as many of them as you can, and schedule a networking event for yourself to go to. If you do all 5 of these things before the end of the year, this is only valid until the end of the year. If you do all 5 of these things, and you email this to us, including a little bit of proof that you did these things, you will get yourself 1 House Cup point. This is our incentive to try to get you networking immediately. So this is your homework you can take away from tonight's event to get started networking and hopefully find yourself the next step in your games career. All right. And there is even more coming. We have been in work, largely thanks to Ulysses, to try to figure out how we can deliver some of the unique data insights especially pertaining to games in the game industry that we have at the Indie Game Academy. So look forward to learning some new stuff about how the game industry works, what applying is like, thanks to the data we are collecting via all of our students. Look forward to some new partnerships. Hi, Tim! As well as remote game jobs and a number of others that we've been working with to build partnerships with. Look forward to new tutorials and videos. We're going to be putting in a concerted effort over the next period to build tutorial content on YouTube and other video platforms to try to help people get started building games, and of course, all kinds of other stuff. So, in conclusion, welcome to Season 2 of the Indie Game Academy Network Nexus. For the next 3 months, we'll be focusing on networking and building an incredible collection of people that we can all hang out with and get jobs from and other stuff. I think that's going to be it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. A big round of applause to all of our speakers, but especially me. Just kidding. Does anybody have any last questions before we say goodbye tonight? Lots of claps. Fire. Amazing. I'm really hot. I'm in a wizard's robe. Like melting.
Much
I
applause.
want to wear mine all the time. I mean, it is just so glorious.
It's cozy too, bro. It's like a squishy.
Yeah.
Like, you're like cozy
Yeah.
yourself.
One thing we've been talking about, do people want IGA merch? Is anybody,
Yes.
do people want like an IGA
Yes.
branded robe? Would people want that? Alright, sick.
Heck yeah.
We might add that to
Hey,
the site then.
t-shirt.
Well,
Send me t-shirt.
one of the best things, by the way, about starting your own business, all of you can do this, is that all of these robes were purchased by IGA and will absolutely be expensed. This is a business expense. Yes.
I tried to expense a sword once, but my accountant wouldn't let me.
So delightful. All right.
I will say that I have put out a bounty for a meme. Whoever can make the best meme from today can get 5 house points. Right now, it's looking like DJ is going to get it, and he's a cleric. So, if you don't want to give the points to cleric,
Game
make a
over.
meme.
What do you? What else do you
Rangers!
want?
If you're from House Cleric, you're not allowed to do it. I'm just kidding.
Why?
I have no power here.
Rangers.
Cleric,
Anyone?
whatever you believe in.
Crystal has an interesting question. Is there going to be an option for a course that allows people with non-competes to participate? That is very tricky waters. It really depends on the non-compete itself. Some non-competes will specifically say a commercial product, which is good because the game that Ulysses is talking about that we're all going to be building together will be a free game. We're doing that basically to make sure legally it's all a little bit safer. We're not going to charge any money for it. It's just going to be a volunteer game that looks good for our portfolio pieces. So that may well be the answer for you, Crystal. But non-competes can say all kinds of different stuff. Most of the time it is commercial projects, meaning you're charging money for it. But some of the time they're stricter than that. Any other questions? Have you seen Chase's entry there, Dylan?
well, that's a rogue.
Rangers! Rangers!
Oh, amazing. I can't publish or do public game jams. So like the
I
game
love I love
can't be released?
how Dylan's meme looks like post-mortem words.
Like looks sad. This is after Dylan's passed on to the wait, I'm forgetting the name. The Grey Havens. It's Lord of the Rings thing. Tim gets it.
I get it. I got
I'm a
you.
blue wizard.
I would love, actually, yeah. Give us we're officially done, by the way. So Tim, especially, I know it's very late for you. If you wish to hop off, you're more than welcome. Thank you for being here.
No, it's all good. I'll hang for a little bit, but my my bedtime alarm's not gone off quite yet.
Okay,
I
awesome.
slept in this morning so I could make it.
Amazing. So I would love to hear then. Can't talk to you about my job compete in DMs. It's really strict. Crystal, you can reach out to me and we'll have a chat. How about that? Just DM me. Yeah. For everybody else, though, I would love to hear some of the stuff you want to see in networking. So what are some of the things you would love to see covered during this season? So for instance, one of the ones that I feel like a lot of people are unclear how to do is actually sort of the maintenance of a relationship. A lot of the time people will get the courage to start the relationship. They'll ask for a connection, they'll reach out on LinkedIn, but then it'll just die after that, which is sort of a waste of the connection. So that might be something we talk about, like how to keep connections alive and some strategies to do so. Is there anything else, though, in networking that people would really love to learn about in the next couple months? Including people up here. Hamna, I know you're like super curious about how to make friends and stuff, right?
I always am, but it's the keeping the friends that is the actual problem. I've connected to people because I've been to 3 conventions this year. And do I remember what they did? No. Did I have a system? Yes. Did I fail that system? Yes. Do they remember my face? I'm pretty sure not. Unless they shared food with me, and that did not happen.
That's why you gotta dress like a wizard. I will say, this is like a joke from The Office. Michael Scott does this, but it is literally helpful. Whenever you get a business card, virtual or otherwise, actually write a couple of core pieces of information down about that person. Write down where you met them. That helps a lot, and how you met them. Write down any core piece of information you learned, like they work at Blizzard, they have 2 children, whatever. That helps so much. If nothing else, you have that info now. You'll never forget that, but it also kind of helps jog your memory and bring the relationship back alive.
Yeah.
That was actually helpful. I'm not gonna...
You're welcome. That'll be $9.99. a steal.
Did you for free?
Oh yeah. No, last season was all free events, but this season we're really trying to break 35 paid events.
Yeah, we've all got sum up machines. Like, it's gonna be a whole thing.
We're just gonna be walking around with Stripe. Anytime you talk to us, we'll just hold it out. We won't say a word until you.
I gotta try that. Develop.
Can ask you a couple questions.
I think there's some flaws with this.
When speaking of
Develop this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Do you have any thoughts on that one, Tim?
They're percolating. I've not done a panel in games before. I've done panels and other things. When I'm in front of a big crowd of people, my brain is usually like, yay, audience, because I'm an extrovert. But I usually just kind of focus on the speaker, and occasionally I do that thing where you cast your eye like over everyone's heads, so you kind of engage in the audience, but not like freaking out if there's like 500 people there. Because I have had that before where I've been like, oh, just suddenly acutely aware of everything I'm doing.
I just pound the coffee, and then the anxiety goes past a certain point where I can't feel it anymore. Yep.
Yeah, you hit a sweet spot, and then nothing matters anymore. You're on another plane.
Yeah, a pot or two is usually where I get to that level. Christy says, I would love better advice about social networking etiquette. I recently was told that I was mentioned to a studio in NYC by an indirect connection, and that direct connection told my connection, I'm lost a little bit, that they will talk to my person, and they mentioned me to. Should I reach out to them or just wait?
If it was me, I'd drop them a line.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, hey, I heard you heard of me. How's it going? Got your business card.
Yes. Yeah, I think like people are generally scared to reach out online. That is a very common sentiment I get from the game industry. And by the way, all of us up here, all 6 of us right here, except maybe Jess, I don't know, are introverted or started introverted. Maybe not Tim, I guess. Tim denies this.
I'm very introverted.
There you go. Yeah, right. So you can find ways to still connect and feel good about that connection, even as an introvert. I know that stops a lot of people. But regardless, they're in the game industry, because so many of us are introverted, we tend to be more sort of closed off in our own space. We are often nervous about reaching out. I hear that all the time from people. But don't stop yourself. Reaching out is okay. There's definitely a point where you become annoying. But first of all, frankly, like, unless you're really being egregious, that's kind of on them to decide. You know, if you're like spamming them every day, yeah, maybe stop. But I usually will reach out at least twice, even if I hadn't heard anything, before I go, okay, they just don't want to talk to me. So I think reach out once for sure. Don't don't let yourself stop yourself from doing that. And then even reach out a second time if you don't hear anything. But then probably take the hint.
Yeah, sometimes I've had literally hundreds of messages in the last month just with layoffs and stuff like that. Occasionally someone will send a second message and I'm just like, oh yeah, like I didn't scroll down far enough because I had like thousands of people to reply to. Especially if you're reaching out to recruiters, particularly agency recruiters, like we're all swamped. It is absolutely wild out there. So yeah, no one's ever going to begrudge you just saying, hey, I know you're busy, but here I am. It's all good.
Be nice. I feel like I've seen where people they like follow up and they're irritated because they didn't get a response fast enough, but that's just not the way to build that relationship with anybody. If anything, it's going to put you like 10 steps behind. Like, I get it, everything's so stressful right now, but kindness goes a long way. If we've taught you anything here.
Being kind is literally a business asset. When I get asked that age-old question, what are your strengths? One of the things I will frequently talk about in interviews is I am a good person, and I bring that to my team, and I make people feel good and comfortable. It is literally an asset to just be kind and not an asshole. The other day, somebody reached out to me and asked if I wanted to get involved in their business, and it felt very scammy, and I said that, and they told me I was an asshole. And then I blocked them. So, I said, this feels a little scammy, meant as genuine advice. And yeah, that was their response. So don't do that.
Wow.
Ooh, Dylan is giving out a free House Cup point for the 3 core tenets of IGA. I don't know if we can type that out. Be kind, have fun, celebrate. Ooh! Ghost Cat, is that... Oh, that is a ranger.
There you go.
Nice.
Well done, Ghost Cat. Well done. All right. I think it's about time for us to say goodbye. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It is so much fun. It is such a delight to watch IGA grow. We're really becoming a staple way that people get introduced to this game industry. Let's continue to build this wonderful, kind, supportive, goofy culture that we are so well known for here. But let's also get serious about really kicking ass. Let's get some jobs. Let's start some studios. Let's do all the good stuff. All right. Anyone else have last words? Oh, no.
Go network. Go network.
Go network. Yeah, you have your homework assignment. I'm going to share it one more time. You have your homework assignment worth 1 House Cup point each. By the way, there are 2,000 of you in this Discord, which means if you all actually did the assignment, it would completely break my ranking system and my estimations for how many points everybody will earn. However, I did it anyway because I doubt you're all going to do it. Prove me wrong. All right. I think that will be it then. See you later, Space Cowboy.
All right. Thanks, everyone.